Hey crafty friends, it's Rick. I'm back with another video. Today I am featuring products from Scrappy Boy Stamps, and we are going to make a gift card holder for a guy. So here's our card, and the gift card holder is actually on the front as part of the beer mug. So I'm going to show you how to make this today, and that's the only gift card I had in here, so that's what I stuck in there to make sure it worked. So these are brand new products from Scrappy Boy Stamps. We are going to use the Neighborhood Bar pattern paper and the Beer Mug A2 gift card holder card dies. So there's the card dies. That's what we're going to use today. I'm going to go over the parts and pieces you're going to need. So you're going to want our background paper. So I just picked one of the patterns from the Neighborhood Bar pattern paper pack. I cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4, and then the 1/2 inch strip or 3/4 inch strip that's left is by 4. It's just what's left on the 6 by 6 piece. I'm going to use that for the inside of the card. You're going to need a 4 inch by 8 1/2 inch piece of white cardstock. That's going to be for our gift card holder and the top of our beer. You're going to need an A2 card base. I'm going to use top folding. You're also going to need a card base for your beer mug, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. And that can be a little smaller. You're going to need 2 different shades of yellow cardstock, one a little bit lighter than the other. I have some pieces of white glossy cardstock I'm going to use for the sentiment, and black glossy cardstock I'm going to use for the sentiment as well. So we'll go ahead and lay out our pieces from our dies, and I'll show you what's going to be for what. Now on the back of the packaging there are instructions on how to do it, so I'm going to keep that over there so I can see. Alright, so let me fix that. The solid darker color is our base layer of our beer. So it's going to be the more solid dye. The lighter layer is going to be what layers on top. So you can see the darker layers in underneath the within the die cut openings right here. So that's going to be our lighter layer. And we're going to use the beer. We're going to cut that out from the black glossy cardstock. Our smaller piece of the white glossy, I'm going to cut out the shadow die. And then our inside piece of our beer foam, I'm going to cut out from glossy cardstock as well. So it has a little bit of definition. And then our pull tab is going to come from the 4 by 8 1/2 inch piece, as well as the base layer of our beer foam. And then our beer mug is going to come from our second card base. And what you're going to want to do is where your score line is, you're going to slightly put the bottom edge of the beer mug right over the bottom of your crease. Okay? That's going to help with your creating. So again, you want the bottom edge of your beer mug just slightly over the score line of your card base, that second card base. And you can see you don't need a full card base for that. You could get away with doing a 4 1/2 by 4 1/4 inch card base for that. But you're going to want, I mean, it's a full card base, so you don't have to, you can cut that off. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run these pieces through, and then I'll run this through with you. So I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I have all the parts and pieces cut out for our beer mug. So we have our gift card holder, our beer mug gift card pocket. This is our gift card or holder. The topper for that. And there's the layering piece. Then we have the layering piece for that, for our beer. So before we assemble everything, we're going to add a little bit more detail. I've got my sentiment right there. we're going to add a little ink blending or ink swapping on our beer mug. So I'm just going to go around the edge with a sponge just to give it a little bit of shading. And it'll help it stand out from the background. You could use a sponge dauber if you have one. I just grabbed my ink blending sponges. All right, for our beer layers, we're going to add a little bit to that, just around the edge. And I just picked a ink that was close to the cardstock color. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this layer also. Even though that's really not going to be seen, it's just going to add just a little bit more from the side. All right, so there's our parts ink, had the ink detail on it. Now, we're going to go ahead and work on our pocket for our gift card. So, we're going to open it up. And you're only going to add glue on the handle and along this edge, very, very slight bit of the edge. Enough so that it will stay secure. I'm just going to run a very thin bead of glue along that edge. Then I can close that up. Let that glue take hold. And while that's drying, I'm going to set a block on top. We're going to go ahead and layer up our other pieces. So we're going to take and add our top layer of our beer. And they line up right together. Let's get them lined up and pop them down. All right, our top layer, our glossy layer of our beer foam. It's going to layer inside of our other layer. Just gives it just a little bit of a shadow. All right, now we're going to work on our gift card holder. You will see the die creates score lines. So we're going to fold on our score lines. And you're going to take your bone folder and give them a nice, good crease. I do recommend a little lighter weight cardstock than card base weight. That way it's not going to be so bulky to put together. We're going to fold in our little tabs. And then we're going to add just a dot of glue onto our tabs, and we'll press that down. You can see your pocket, your gift card sits right inside that pocket. Slides right inside. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and check our mechanism. We're going to slide our pocket in. Slides in and out. So now we're going to take and add our layer of beer onto our beer mug. Now, this is what I decided I like to do. I'm going to take some foam squares. I'm going to put one at the top. And then I'm going to cut one in half. And put on these 2 points right there. So then I can peel those off. And then I can place my beer foam right on top of that. And that way, it gives me a place I can insert my little gift card. And since Father's Day is coming up, this is probably a perfect little gift card holder to have on hand. I can just slide that in and it's hidden. But you see by the added little details, that makes that stand out a little bit. All right, let's work on our card. So we got our top folding card base. All we're going to do is add our pattern paper. Add our gift card pocket holder to our card front. So I'm going to only add glue to the pocket. Then I can take that, add that to my card front. We'll go ahead and add our piece of pattern paper to decorate our inside. Matches our front. All right, we're going to go ahead and add our beer here. I'm going to use some reverse tweezers and a little bit of liquid glue. I'm going to add my bee. And add our first E. And you can see they nestle right into place. There's a large enough shadow layer that you can get them in there. I'm going to add that layer with a little bit of thin foam tape. That way it's not as thick as our other one. Peel those backings off. Add that to our card. Now, if you did not want to add the beer as your sentiment, you could take and use one of the sentiments from the neighborhood bar stamp set. There's the bar where the vibes are always on the rocks. Here's a toast to you. That would be a good one for the sentiment. A toast to a friendship that never goes flat. Here's a good time and great friends. Always keeping it real. Pouring out in love and laughter. Cheers to you. Or you could pick a sentiment from the Where Everyone Knows Your Name stamp set. You have Happy Beer Day. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Another beer older, another beer wiser. Have a beautiful day. Cheers, beers, and many more years. You're my favorite regular. Or you could use nothing a good laugh and a drink can't fix. So those are some sentiment choices. These are all part of the new release that just came out. But here is a look at our card. Here's a look at the inside. Closer look at that card. Here's a look at the original card I made. Here's our gift card slider. Here's a look at that inside. If you like this video, you're probably going to like the one coming up next. And I will see you over there. Have a great day. Stay crafty. Love you.